What's up everybody, and welcome back to my channel. This morning, as I was getting ready to shoot today's videos, I was listening to Kail Lowry's Coffee Convos podcast. As we all know, Kail Lowry is a star on MTV's Teen Mom 2, and caught a few glimpses of some very interesting comments that she and Vee made about their time on the hit MTV show. First of all, Kail said that when she and Joe were younger, the producers of MTV used to threaten them to force them to shoot scenes that they didn't necessarily want to shoot about their lives. And her saying that just reminds me of all the really negative things you hear about, the behind the scenes of reality television, some of which I have personally witnessed firsthand. So it was very interesting to hear her directly say it in black and white. An example she gave was of the story of how she met her ex-husband Javi. She says that Javi and her met while she was working at a mall, but MTV forced the two of them to film it and her friends as though they met through an ex-friend named Peach at a bowling alley or something like that. And she's like, that could not have been any further from the truth, but we were young, we didn't know that we didn't have to shoot it if we didn't want to. They didn't give us those kinds of options at the time. And Vee corroborated her story. She said that she felt the exact same way about the start of her relationship with Joe. She's like, I never really wanted to appear on the show or anything like that, but they made it feel as though we had no choice. I had already gone out on a date with Joe, and I felt like something very serious could be there, and I felt like I had to do it in order to not sacrifice my relationship, a relationship that I knew from the very beginning was going to be very serious. And yeah, it's very sad to hear her talk about that, but she does kind of turn around and start talking about the positive aspects of the beginning of their relationship, which I enjoyed listening to. I have to say, you guys know I cannot stand Petty Betty, but I think she was quite good in this episode of Coffee Convos podcast. You do get a lot of behind the scenes information about her life, in addition to Vee and Joe's life as well. Kail talked about trying to move states and Joe turning her down. We're going to get to that a little bit later, but just heading back over to Vee here. Vee says that she knew of Joe before she started dating him, but it wasn't like she was a huge Teen Mom 2 super fan. She's like, listen, I watched one episode, and it was because my friend had sent me this clip of Joe kicking Kail out of his house. Remember when he lived with his parents and he had put all her stuff in those plastic boxes, some of them in garbage bags, and he was swearing at her. She was like, me and my friend found that really funny, so we watched a full episode together, and that's pretty much all that I had known of him. We all know the story. Joe was a rapper at the time. Vee was trying to be a model, and so his manager reached out to her to appear in his music video, and she was supposed to do the lingerie in the music video. So Vee was like, listen, I'm not gonna feel comfortable in the video if I don't meet him first. So I asked him, can we meet in person first, just to kind of get the nerves out of the way? And then Joe was like, yeah, sure, my aunt's having a baby shower, why don't you come by? Which is the most odd thing. Imagine you're trying to be a professional model, this guy's trying to be a professional rapper, and he proposes that the first time you guys meet is at his aunt's baby shower, not even over drinks. But it is a cute story nonetheless. So she goes to the baby shower, and she's like, Janet, Joe's mom, was showing me off to everybody, so proud, I was his girlfriend or something. They were all really looking forward to his music video, so they were excited that I wanted to be in the video. So that was cute. Then she says that she saw Isaac there at the baby shower. He was probably 1 year old at that time, and she felt kind of uncomfortable because she's like, oh my god, I know him from TV. He looks just like he does on TV. I didn't want to be a creepy groupie, overly trying to play with this kid or anything like that. So she kind of kept a little bit of a distance from Isaac at the baby shower for that reason. And then Kail opened up about how she tried to move out of Delaware. The audacity. You and your baby daddy out of your first state to go live in this Delaware quiet state, away from their families, and then she had the nerve to ask them to move again. Kail says that she wanted to live in Texas. So she asked Joe. Joe, of course, said no, and that's where kind of that wound up. And then she says, listen, if Joe and Vee wanted to move states or something like that, I would just ask for them to give me the reasoning behind why they want to move there. Then I would look into whether or not it's possible for me to work there, and then go from there. And I was like, really, sis, did you forget you've got 2 other baby daddies? Javi right now is in this broken home situation with Lauren, so he's gonna want to stay there because Lauren's already grounded there as well. They're both probably going to meet other people to add into this frenzy of baby mama, baby daddies, and your kids' lives. And then you've got Chris, yeah, he's a deadbeat, but deadbeats love nothing better than to pop up on you, to flex their little muscles, to prevent you from like moving forward with your life in different directions. I believe Chris would prevent Kail from moving out of Delaware for literally no reason. It's not because he wants to see Lux more or anything like that, literally just because he can. You know what I mean? So I found that to be a little bit delusional on her part. But anyway, you guys, that's just a quick little recap of what went down on this week's Coffee Convos podcast. But as usual, I'm more excited to hear what you have to say about everything. How do you feel about Kail and Vee accusing the Teen Mom producers of threatening them to film scenes and to stage scenes, making them feel as if they had no choice but to do it? Make sure to let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.